Okay guys, so Black Clover chapter 289 is out, and this chapter definitely got me hyped up for the future of this arc, not only because of what happened at the end of the chapter with Lilith and Nammah, because I'm pretty sure everyone and their mom saw that reveal coming out since they were introduced, but to find out that we're finally being reintroduced to post the time skip to Magna and Zora finally making their return to the series after God knows how long. I'm pretty sure this is actually the first time besides a flashback that we've seen these two characters in the series post time skip, so I'm excited by the two of them returning finally, and I just cannot wait to see exactly what their training has resulted to. Anyway, this, like I said, I'm excited about this chapter, so let's just jump right into it. Now, getting into the actual chapter, it pretty much picks up where the last one left off with Asta, literally like the second the last one left off, with Asta slicing Nammah in half. And it was actually kind of cool, because at the end of the last chapter, I swore that there was no way up and down that Asta killed Nammah at that chapter. In fact, from the cut that we saw at the end of chapter 288, it didn't even look like Asta actually sliced through Nammah all the way. It just kind of looked like he cut him. But we see in this chapter, no, he sliced him in half straight down the middle. Like, his body is just splitting in half completely. And we actually get to see Lil, actually, before I even get to that, it's a little creepy when it comes to these characters, and I'll get a little bit more into it when I can talk about Lilith in the chapter. But Nammah, when you see Nammah after he got cut in half, he is still smiling. Like, he does not look like he has a care in the world. So yeah, again, these two characters are fucking creepy. And we get even more creepiness from Lilith in this chapter, because after she realizes that Nammah got killed off, or seemingly killed off, she goes and basically cradles his head. And at first you think this might be like a moment of like remorse or sadness for her because her brother just died right in front of her. But instead, she just looks at Asta, smiling with a very like Joker creepy smile, and turns to him and says, "It's too bad that you killed Nammah instead of me." And then this is obviously when we get the moment where the two of them fuse back together into one devil. And it was pretty obvious since we were introduced to them that these two characters were definitely originally one devil that the pod decided to split into two separate ones. So we all knew pretty much going into this fight that at some point the two of them would end up fusing back together. I honestly thought that it would have been better, or actually a bigger reveal, if they would have done it against Nock. Because of the fact that we know that Asta's going to win this fight regardless, so them fusing together against him doesn't really hype up the fight, or it doesn't really hype up the danger value to it. So personally, I think if they would have fused together when they were fighting against Nock when he locked them in the shadow prison, that would have made for a much bigger and more hype reveal. Now, we don't get a name for their fusion in this chapter, but because of the fact that Lilith is talking in this chapter like Asta should have killed her instead of Nammah, it makes me think that Lilith might be the original personality and might be the original devil. So I'm going to go forward calling this fused version of the two of them Fused Lilith, because again, I think that she actually might have been the dominant personality originally. There's a moment right after they fuse where Nock says that they're so much stronger now, fused together, that if he stays in their magical pressure any longer, he's going to end up going insane. Which makes me really wonder, yo, how much stronger is this fused version of Lilith now than she was prior to the two of them being split up and then working together? Because even during their fight against Nock, when they had to go get a little serious, he still wasn't saying anything like this, like he's going to go insane from their level of power. But now that they fuse together, they're so much stronger that he might go insane because of the power that they're outputting. That makes me think that there has to be some kind of multiplier on their fusion. Just like how the characters in Dragon Ball, when they fuse together, they get a multiplier. It's not just their power levels adding to each other, they get a multiplier on top of that. So there must be something like that when it comes to Lilith and Nammah fusing together in this chapter. But obviously, because he can't sense magic, even though this character is now insanely more powerful than they were when they were two separate characters, Asta can't feel it, so he's not really sensing any danger from them. And realistically, he shouldn't, because when you watch the fight in this chapter, it's not any different than it was in the last chapter. Yeah, Asta's not really landing any hits on Nammah or the fused version of Lilith, but at the same time, they're not landing any hits on him. And even when she decides to do a spirit bomb on Asta, it doesn't seem like he's really that afraid of the attack. He's more worried about the people being affected by it. And you know what? Lilith actually pulls a Padre in the chapter, because she tells Asta, she gives him two options. He can either take the hit and basically take the damage, or he can dodge it, which he knows that he can. But if he does, then he's basically going to leave everyone in the Spade Kingdom, not only his allies, but also the Dark Triad, to die from this attack. So again, she's pulling the same kind of move that Padre did on Julius. But unlike Julius, Asta actually has a third option. He activates the Black Divider from his Demon Slayer sword and uses the Demon Slayer sword's special ability to deflect magical attacks back to our opponent, and basically just swings at the gigantic ball of fire and ice like it's a baseball. And you know what? Almost like Tabata's paying homage to the first time Asta figured out he had this ability to begin with in the series. This is exactly when we actually find out that Magna and Zora are watching over to fight in the Spade Kingdom, reintroducing the two of them to the series, which we don't really get to see a clear shot of Zora. He's actually just like kind of hiding in the background in the shadow. But we do get a good enough look from Magna that it looks like he definitely has a post time skip new look, which I am hype about because I have said before, and I'll say it a million times, I hate Magna's design. I hate that whole Yankee outfit that he has. I always kind of like it better when he has his hair down after he gets messed up in a fight. I always kind of wish he could keep that hairstyle. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what Tabata pulls out for his brand new design post a time skip. And more than that, I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what these two characters can do because they went off to train by themselves for 6 months. Who knows where they were and what they did during that training? The only thing we know for sure is that they definitely got stronger than they were before because of the fact that when it comes down to it, Magna and Luck, the two of them are rivals, and whenever Luck gets a power up, Magna gets one as well. And Luck has gotten 2 major power-ups post the time skip, which means that Magna had to get an equivalent power-up as well. Now, obviously, Magna's never been as strong as Luck, he's always lagged behind him, but that doesn't change the fact that the two of them always get power-ups around the same time. So, he definitely is leagues above where he was prior to the time skip. Won't be on the same level as Luck at this point, but still, he should be a formidable ally for their fight against the Devils. And plus, the reason why we haven't seen Magna post the time skip just yet is because he couldn't figure out how to use the arrays over in the Heart Kingdom. But he went to train with Zora, who kinda has already mastered his own version of that with his trap magic. So I'm interested in finding out if Magna actually found a way to kinda integrate Zora's version of that into a new technique that's kinda similar to what Luck and the guys can do from the training in the Heart Kingdom. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, in this chapter when Asta uses the Black Divider, it is gigantic, like even bigger than it was when he actually fought for the first time post the time skip. And the reason why I actually can get that big is because I forgot to mention this in the last chapter, and someone actually pointed out to me in the review comment section. There's these like 4 or 5 black balls that Asta has when he's in this double union mode. They kind of look like the same black orbs that Naruto had back when he had the Sage of 6 pass power. But we saw in the last chapter that those orbs disappeared when he summoned the Devil's Destroyer Sword. And the reason why he disappeared is because of the fact that he actually fused the orbs with the sword to give it that upgraded appearance and upgraded power. And that's the same thing that he did in this chapter. He fused the Black Orbs together with the Demon Slayer sword to give it that enhanced version of the Black Divider. And now that he can do this, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when he fuses those orbs together with his other 2 swords. Also, I'm still waiting to find out exactly what the Demon Slasher sword's ability is going to be. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about the chapter. Did you enjoy the fact that we got to see Lilith and Nammah fuse together into one devil? Pretty much the thing we all expected them to do since they were introduced. And are you excited by the fact that Magna and Zora are finally back? Because now that they're back, we officially have every single Black Bull member in the Spade Kingdom. So get hyped by the fact that we're sooner or later going to get the entirety of the squad reunited. And I'm excited to find out exactly how much stronger the two of them have gotten after training for 6 months by themselves wherever the fuck they went. But anyway, like I said, that's it for the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.